Muslims are upset with the Labor Party here in Australia, although I might ask who isn't upset with the Labor Party based on recent polling. Last year, Senator Fatima Payman spectacularly quit Labor after she defied the party and voted with the Greens to call for the recognition of Palestinian statehood. She now officially belongs to her own party, Australia's Voice, although I'd question how many Australians feel that she speaks for them. This is their website. The major parties have let you down too many times. Policies include ending the alleged genocide in Gaza and pushing for Australia to become a republic. Although it should be noted that Ms. Payman has recently made some, let's say, interesting comments regarding women in Iran. With SBS reporting, Fatima Payman says Iranian women have a voice, accuses West of spreading propaganda. Apparently, Iran is an incredible place for women to live, where they're even allowed to participate in the workforce. Last year, the ABC reported, religious voters are starting to organise politically, where they mentioned a group called the Muslim Vote, whose convener is Sheikh Wessam Charkawi. Interestingly, the good sheikh has been in the news recently. Muslim Vote convener warned by his education department employer over comments made on Sydney nurses, where he was ordered to work from home for making an Instagram post defending the two nurses who were stood down after being filmed bragging about refusing to treat Israeli patients, killing them, and saying they would go to hell. The sheikh said, "The nurses' comments were never meant to be literal or intended to be a threat to patient care. In current times, in which genocide is unfolding live on our screens, emotions can sometimes get the better of anybody." He also criticised the hypocrisy of Prime Minister Anthony Albanese for remaining silent or hesitant when confronted with the most egregious acts of violence committed by Israel. This is the Muslim Vote website. Justice for Palestine, the Australian Muslim community is uniting. And it's clear they're done with Labor. Australian Muslims are a powerful, united force of nearly 1 million acting in unison. The Muslim Vote alone is capable of forcing the current government into minority government. On their website, they endorse candidates in electorates that have high Islamic populations. Watson, for example, in southwest Sydney, is Minister for Home Affairs Tony Burke's seat, which has a Muslim population more than 20 times the national average. Just north of Watson is Blaxland, which is currently held by Minister for Education Jason Clare. The Muslim Vote are also targeting his seat. And the division of Calwell in northwestern Melbourne, also currently held by Labor, which also has a very high Islamic population, is also under threat. Actually, if you look at the related website, Muslim Votes Matter, the Muslim community is the largest and among the fastest growing minority groups in Australia, whose vision is to strive for a cohesive Australian society. Although they do note that they are solely dedicated to serving the best interests of the Muslim community in Australia, so I'm not sure how non-Muslim people fit into that. Almost all the seats they are targeting are currently held by Labor. There are only a few exceptions: Independent MP for Fowler Di Lee, Liberal Party MP for Banks David Coleman, and Liberal Party MP for Mitchell Alex Hawke. Other than that, all the rest are Labor. Almost 30 Labor seats are being targeted by Muslim voters. The Guardian reported last year, Labor will have itself to blame if it loses Western Sydney, basically claiming that Muslim constituents feel that Labor has failed them. Join the party. I think many Australians think Labor has failed them. I don't know how many of these seats are realistically under threat, but clearly Labor are under attack by the Muslim Vote.